Hi Crafty fam, this is Geneva from Crafty Witch Creations, and I'm coming on to do a short journal share with you. Sorry, they're moving some stuff around over there. Yeah, I'm doing a short journal share. This is my March design team project for Priscilla at Release the Craftin. We were using her kit, one of her newest kits called Quietude, which was a very journal oriented as far as like writing. It had a lot of writing space. I don't think there was a single page in her kit that did not have an extensive area for writing. So it was very much geared towards old school writing in a journal versus very pretty pages that are just there to look at. It's meant to be a very usable kit versus a very aesthetic kit. Now, don't get me wrong, the images are still gorgeous, but you don't have as many of those full pages that are just filled with images that you normally see with a lot of journal kits out there, where you're like, I don't know what to do this. I don't want to write on it because it's just too beautiful and it's going to mess up the picture, and they're kind of there just for the aesthetics. These are aesthetically pleasing, but they also have large areas to write in. So to kind of play with that and run with it, I did kind of a, not necessarily a traveler's notebook because the pages aren't removable, but like a travel writing book to jot notes down. Very simple, very writing oriented. So the pages have no pockets, tucks, 3D ephemera. It is, every page can be written on. How I constructed it is I kind of used the Book Vandal as inspiration. Recently, she did a video that was her stack of letters envelope journal, and she made the actual journal piece using 2 envelopes. I used a standard size manila clasp envelope and just folded it in half. But then on the front, she did the flip with a bunch of envelopes, which we'll get into in a second. So I kind of did my take on that. But like I said, it's a standard size, so 9.5 by 11 manila clasp envelope, so the one that has little metal prongs. Folded it in half. I did do about a 1/4 inch spine just to give it a little bit of wiggle room so that I wouldn't have a huge alligator mouth. I still have a fairly good size mouth, but like I said, this is meant more for writing than embellishing, so I don't expect there to need to be a lot of room to grow. It has a simple twine closure that is glued underneath the back piece, so it's going to be very sturdy. And with the back piece, I just did a double matting similar to a mini album style, with a piece of cardstock, a piece of scrapbooking paper, and then an image from Priscilla's kit. And before I put it up on Etsy, I'm going to put my maker's mark here in this spot. All right, and then let's get into the goodie, the front. So I have not filled every bit of the front with ephemera, because this is the only area that does have pockets and tucks for ephemera. With everything going on, it just hasn't happened yet. But before I list it, it will get filled where every pocket in the front does have ephemera in it. But like I said, a simple twine closure that closes the book and keeps the envelopes from falling apart. But for added security, for when the twine closure is open, untied, and you go to open the book so these don't all fall out, this is, if you can hear that, has a magnetic closure, just to keep all of these closed when you're writing in the book. Alright, so the very first flip is a CD envelope that I have collaged, and you pull this out for a journaling card with another collage and a big Tim Holtz butterfly and just some craft paper journaling space on the back. And if you look inside that beautiful image right there, that's one of Priscilla's images. It's really gorgeous. You open it up, you have a writing space here, one of Priscilla's images, possibly writing space here, but this also serves as a top loading pocket. This is, this is one of those pockets that has not been filled yet. But they are all envelopes, so the envelope part right here has been filled with this little rustic notebook. It just has some plain papers. It's like newspaper print, tea stained. This paper is really cool. I get it from my Dollar General. It's graph paper on one side and lined paper on the other side. So I think that's really cool. Craft paper and then just tea stained coffee paper. And with one of Priscilla's images on the front and back to make this little booklet. And it just kind of tucks right here, and I liked it right here because if you don't tuck it quite all the way, you have all of this lovely stuff poking out the end. Alright, you flip that over and you see the next envelope. On the back of our previous envelope, we have a Priscilla image backed on scrapbook paper to make a tuck. And then this little collage here. This is also one of Priscilla's and one of her journaling cards. You could write here. And then on the back, a miniature collage with a small writing space. And this is the definition for note. Okay. And then here, Priscilla image backed on Priscilla image. If the ocean can calm itself, so can you. We are both salt water mixed with air by Nayira Waheed. I hope I pronounced her name correctly, but I really loved this quote. And while I was making this, of course, when she sent out the kit, she didn't realize what March was going to entail and everything we were going to be dealing with. But it was a very apropos kit for March because all of the, like for one, the name is Quietude. So it's reflecting and just taking that second to calm and find some peace, which I think we all need right now is to find some calm. And then also all of the quotes are really awesome, like start somewhere, we can calm ourselves. They're all very inspiring and uplifting, which I think is also something that we need right now. So it was very interesting to be making this particular journal at this particular time because they just kind of, it was a good match. It was a good journal to work on right now. So yeah, and so what I did was I put this down because it was such a short, not very wide envelope. I wasn't able to do a normal pocket. So what I did was I did these small side pockets. This one ended up being bigger than this one. These may go in here. I haven't decided because this one is a tad bit bigger. I could fit a lot bigger tag in there. I just put these in here to see, in case I want to use those. All right, and then inside I just did a little scrap sampler with pieces left over from making the book. So there's some scrapbook images, collage paper, tea-dyed paper, Priscilla image, music paper, Priscilla image, and so on. And then the back has the same image from the back page. And then on the back has this little bird, which this is my favorite image out of the entire kit. I love the bird, and you'll see the bigger version of this in a second. So what I kind of thought of after making this is once you use all the scrap papers out of it, like, because this is meant to like kind of tear the papers out and use them somewhere in the book. And if you use it like that, you can then end up taking this part, cutting this part off because you won't need that anymore, and then turning this part into like a bookmark, which I think would be pretty cool. Or you could just leave this and take notes and it be like an actual little notepad. Okay, I'll put that back in a minute. On the back is a writing space, again Priscilla image, and then another big writing space, Priscilla image. And this is what I meant, like all of her pages they're very aesthetically pleasing, but they have really nice writing spaces. Flip that over, we have the back page, and this is the large version of the bird. Again, just love this. And you could write here, but I was kind of thinking this would just be just a pretty image. Love this. Priscilla image for a pocket, and this is also Priscilla, and you could do like a little bit of writing here. We have a journal card made out of book paper, and kind of has like a field notes kind of theme. I figured that went with the botanical images that she used. And then on the back, some writing space, and it just says notes. And then a tall tag with some fibers with a beautiful little transparent thermal piece. I think this is a K & Company. You can't find them much anymore, or at least I can't. If y'all know where you can find K & Company supplies, please let me know, because I really enjoyed them back in my scrapbooking days. And then the back is just tea stain paper for writing. Okay, so that is all of the flips, and then you just flip it back up, and it magnetic closure keeps it all together. So then you open it up. I left the clasp. I did use my own instead of keeping the metal. I covered those up and then used my own, made my own button and tie closure. I like it because these spin. Well, this one not so much because it has the tie close, but this one I would sit there and do that for days. So not only is it a journal, but it also has a fidget spinner. This I think I'm going to leave empty, and this will be for collecting notes and things that for whatever it is you're writing about. And then it just closes back, and yeah. Collage paper on the front cover and collage paper on the back cover that is matted with cardstock to give it more, I mean, this is a pretty stiff cover at this point, just to make it a little bit sturdy, because I was thinking this would be travel. And then some green floral to reinforce the spine. And then, like I said earlier, the inside is very simple. Priscilla image back on coffee stain or tea stain paper, and then the other side is blank, and then Priscilla image blank, Priscilla. So all the images are Priscilla's, and this is what I mean by a lot of beautiful imagery, a lot of journaling space. And I used every sheet from the kit in the journaling pages, so you'll see a lot of repeats. So like this was a pocket in the front. This is the one that probably has the least amount of actual writing space, but you could put a note here and you can write here. It'd be really cool to put a quote here, maybe put like your title here, and then do the bulk of your journaling here. I think that would be a pretty cool page. You don't have to stay within the lines. That beautiful hawk image. Oh, okay. So this page is actually upside down. So I'll have to take unsew it and flip that one over, because this is supposed to go on, it's supposed to be on this side of the page, and this butterfly is not supposed to be flying down. Yeah. So I'll take that out after I stop filming and turn that around. Okay. And then there's the image from the back page. Again, this one also doesn't have as much as some of the others, but you could write here, and then you have the title there. Now this is the only part where it's double tea stain paper, because I wanted the very center page to be, I wanted it to be one of Priscilla's images and not double tea stain paper. So you have double tea stained here and double tea stained here with the image in the front. And this is the image that is inside the CD case. This little piece right here. Alright, and now we're getting into the back sides. There's my bird image. Still probably my favorite image from the entire kit. This is the other side of the upside down paper. So this little moth and flower are supposed to be like right here on the page. So this would actually be in the over here. And you would see it first. Create your own magic. Inspire. Dreaming. This right here, this is beautiful. Like those foxgloves. It's a gorgeous illustration of foxgloves. And then I love this little caterpillar. He's like one of my favorite parts of the whole thing. The other side of the book. This is a fairly, oh, hold on. Here's the If the Ocean Can Calm Itself. A fairly neutral page. And then the very last page, Dream. And that is my design team project for Priscilla for Quietude. I'm filming this a little bit late, so it'll be out a little bit late, but only by maybe a day. March has been kind of tough, as you all well know, but thankfully Priscilla is incredibly understanding, and she gives us a lot of grace as far as timing and things coming up. She understands that things come up and that we can't always make it on time, and I'm still trying to learn how to get a journal done on a schedule. I've never really had to do timelines before. It really has always been just kind of make it, and when I'm done, I'm done. But if it takes me a year, it takes me a year. If I finish in a week, I finish in a week. I've really never had, like, you have to have it done at this certain time. So I'm still getting kind of used to that. But thankfully Priscilla is amazing, and she's very willing to work with me and my inexperience with deadlines. So yeah, I hope you all stay very safe, stay very healthy. Please follow the rules. Only go outside if you absolutely have to, or will only like go off and go to places if you absolutely have to. I know some of you are carers and have to go for people who can't, and that we all have to go to the grocery store eventually to get food, but please only go out if necessary. Some of us cannot get sick. I have a faulty immune system. My boyfriend has an autoimmune disorder. It would be very bad if either of us got sick. So we are counting on the rest of you to please stay home if you do not have to go out. So, love you all. Again, hope you stay safe and healthy and happy. Try to enjoy the time at home with with your family. Try not to get too bored, mix it up. Do those hobbies that you haven't had time to do and things like that. But I'm going to go ahead and go. It's already 20 minutes and I'm going to start trying to keep my videos shorter. So, love you. Stay safe and blessed be.